Oh, the comfort of the seats. They're so plush. I haven't had better seats in any other car. So my name is Anurag Shourie. I'm a first-generation immigrant to Canada. I came when I was 22 and now I'm 58. I've climbed Kilimanjaro. I've been across 6 different continents, so travel is more paramount for me. My favorite continent in this world is Africa. Having been to 6 continents, I would say without question, without any doubt, that's the place I would go to again and again. So what I do is something called executive search. Basically, it's a fancy term for headhunters. Really, I'm a management consultant that's engaged or retained by companies to recruit to their C-suite. So largely a recruiter, but at the executive level. I'm an applied science guy, so I have a couple of masters in geology, which has nothing to do with what I do right now. When I graduated, our energy sector was quite in the doldrums. It was a recession. So I landed up with a management consulting firm, and I started liking the people business. And that's how I got introduced to executive search. So this is a passion of mine now. I love every single search I do. I get to meet influential individuals and influential leaders from all walks of life. Leadership is all about people. It's about engaging people and being persistent in terms of developing a culture that resonates with the day-to-day emotions of individuals. At the end of the day, no matter how intelligent, no matter how smart you are, if you can't work with people, you're bound to fail. And that's where customer service becomes paramount in whatever you do. There's an old phrase that says, kindness is more important than wisdom. Because again, it's all about people. People will forget what you did for them, people will forget what you gave them, but they will never forget how you made them feel. I'm a big proponent and champion of your brand and the people here. Most importantly, you feel welcome not just into the dealership, but also you become part of the family where everyone sort of starts knowing you after a little while. And my first Volvo was bought from Anglo-Canadian Motors, which was owned by Michael Atkins, at an S80, the old style. So I used to deal with Anglo-Canadian for a few years. I bought a couple of cars there. I remember the day it was being inaugurated, or you had your grand opening in this dealership. And ironically, I was driving a S80, which someone banged into, and I came here for the grand opening and I said, I need another car. and Sam Shaeb, who's here, gave me a new S80 and said, don't worry about it, we'll deal with that one. My typical experience, or rather my experience all the time, is pleasant, as people are extremely friendly. They're always professional. They're always to the mark in terms of how they provide me with the knowledge and the information that I require in buying my next car. They're always, experienced and knowledgeable enough to tell me, look, when the new model is going to come out, maybe you got to wait for a year, or maybe you don't want to wait for a year, and because we know you buy a lot of cars, so they formulate a deal for me. A deal meaning not just from a monetary perspective, but a package deal for me. We took 2 cars and got into one of them, and I bought a new one, and that was number 20. So hopefully I'm going to go to number 21 very soon. And that's across the span of, I would say, 21 years. I don't know how many people I've introduced over the years who have bought Volvos themselves. So that probably is another at least 8 to 10 in addition to my 20. But I cannot push them. However, I can bring them here, and I do that. It's a brand that I not only like, but I also resonate with. While we're executive search consultant, the old age question when we're asked, if you were to compare yourself to a car, who would you be? We always say it's a Volvo, because we're safe, secure, stable, not the most flashy, but secure, safe, it's reliable. So it keeps me coming back. It's the most comfortable car, I believe, and I've driven others, and I stick to them. There is no more comfortable car than a Volvo. At my age, what you're looking for is ease of access in terms of having the small things of comfort, like whether it's heated steerings to heated seats to Bluetooth, and the ease of access to controls is far more than some of the other brands. Safety is paramount, so that's critical. My experience with Volvos has been equally safe both in summers and winters. In the summer, I find the cars to be luxurious and smooth. In the winters, I find them to be safe and steady on the road. It was actually about a year and a week ago that I was driving a second XC40 and someone T-boned me in an XC40 at probably about 70 clicks an hour. Airbags opened. The car did not topple over, otherwise my head would be on the side of the pavement and I won't be here. I was holding onto the steering and I didn't realize till a day after, and 4 days later when my arm became this big, I fully tore my bicep tendon. So I have, if I were to flex my muscles, I have 1.5 biceps right now. But it was the Volvo that saved me, and I say this to every single person. In fact, I am probably one of your bigger champions for the brand. I bought my daughter a Volvo because I know and I think and I believe it is probably the safest car on this planet. Many of my friends said, why are you getting her a Volvo rather than get a $2,000 Honda Civic or so? And I said, you know, I have more precious cargo in the car and I want the car to be safe to protect that cargo. There was a time when we had 5 Volvos in the household with 3 drivers. So it does fit very well from a comfort and day-to-day safety perspective. It's a luxury brand without question. And Volvo is truly a European luxury brand that I believe captures more of day-to-day lifestyle luxury than some of the other brands do. And I've driven other brands, from whether it's be an Audi or a Mercedes, but I've owned more Volvos in my lifetime than I have any other car. And I intend to keep it this way. The reason being, it's again goes back to the people, whether it's Miguel over here or whether it's Jesse over here or whether it's Cody over here, everyone. They have always been authentic and candid. They're very customer service focused, and I've always found my service to be done in a timely manner and in a manner which suffices my needs, and that's been my experience over the years.